Happy Bloody Thursday! We have a lot to cover in today's episode. If you enjoy my content, and especially if you are new here, welcome to a very bloody edition of Thursday's episode here. We have a little bit of green on my stocks, but I mean 0.12% on Adobe and 0.5556% on Palantir. It's really nothing to brag over. The market is very much bloody from rate cut decision day yesterday. I want to talk about the rate cuts, give my perspective, and I also want to talk very much about perma bulls and perma bears, really about my philosophy and my stance of what I'm personally doing. And I also do want to cover more of SoFi in this video. Once again, this YouTube channel is not supposed to be dedicated to SoFi, but it keeps coming up because, firstly, SoFi is a very gigantic position for me. I'm a long-term shareholder, and I'm a raging SoFi bull. I was buying SoFi all throughout 2024. February 2024, I started. Nobody wanted this stock. And I had a full position size built in middle of 24, and I just kept accumulating more shares. And on my main stock profile, I'm at 1,642 shares. I'm loaded up the wazoo. On my YouTube channel, public profile, I'm definitely not near 1,000, but could I accumulate 1,000 more SoFi shares? I believe I'm at like 400, what am I at? 480? Hold on one second. 487. Well, I can definitely tell you that if SoFi is going to be lagging and going down like it is right now, probably going to be well over 500 shares momentarily, okay? So, firstly, rate cut decision yesterday. Obviously, it was very much expected. We didn't get a rate cut. The census right now on the street is that we are looking at one rate cut for 2026. We got a lot of rate cuts last year. And guess what? The market did go up last year, even though we had a crazy sell-off during Liberation Day. But ultimately, the market produced a gigantic return. We rallied all throughout the summer. We had a very upsy-downsy end of the year. I started to accumulate a lot of stock October and November timeframe. I have the SPY pulled up on the daily timeframe here. And right now on the SPY, it looks like we can very well test the level of where we hit back in November, right before Thanksgiving, which is roughly around $652. Ultimately, from all-time highs, we're looking minus 5%. That's very much just a drawdown. If we actually do go down to 652, you're talking about 6%. We're not really in a major correction. Major correction would be over 10%. But we are definitely trending down, and it is very much bearish. Now, could we very well bounce off this big support here? We could. We hit the support back in October 10th. I believe that was a very big hurdle for Bitcoin. I believe something regarding Japan came out during that time period. And then, of course, we had the drawdown during the government shutdown, and we could very well retest and maybe, hey, rally from here and be back at all-time highs, maybe around May or maybe end of April. But as for rate cuts, the market needs to really stop throwing a hissy fit, because the market very much rallied throughout 2023 when the Fed was actually very much raising rates. It was a very hard time to be in. A lot of people threw in the towel and ended up leaving. But there was also something else happening in 2023, and that was very much the big tech was leading the market. So we're set up tremendously different. Now, what are the perma bulls basically saying about what happened yesterday? The perma bear bulls, the bulls, morning tea cheers, by the way. Hold on one second. Got some peppermint tea for some sinuses. I actually did order a dehumidifier from Amazon. Somebody in the comment section did say, hey, try a dehumidifier. It worked for me. Normally the weather fluctuations I can take, but this year's weather fluctuations have been, gosh, awful. So definitely need some third-party equipment. Peppermint tea also ain't really cutting it as well, too. The perma bulls, people that say, just buy the dip, the market's going to go up in the long run, right? Perma bulls. We could be in a full-blown recession. They're going to be saying buy stock. It could be 2008. It could be the Great Depression of the 30s. It could be the Great Inflation of the 70s. Buy stock. Buy stock. It's going to go up in the long run. That is very much factual. If we go ahead and look at the S&P 500, the S&P 500 has gone up in the long run. However, picking the right stocks, that is the key. Oh, yes, it is. 2020, I got into the market. 2021, 2020, 21 made life-changing money. 22, I did actually really good. A lot of people were done during that year. 2023, I got my bum handed to me because I was in the wrong stocks. I was in the penny stock market. The penny stock market is awesome for day trading, but investing-wise, it's a different story, okay? Obviously, during 2020, 21, the penny stock market was rock and rolling. So, if you were in the wrong market in 2023, and if you're a perma bull, it doesn't matter because you ended up picking losers. If you're in a downward market like we are in right now, but you are in great companies with great management teams, that is where the perma bull thesis works, okay? Am I a SoFi perma bull? Call me a little crazy. I'll go ahead and say that after everything I've learned about this company, and especially after the short report that we just got, which was utter bogus, and how much the company pretty much pushed back, I uploaded a video a couple days ago talking about the short report. Actually, that video was yesterday. It was 2 days ago. I was actually live recording when SoFi started to fall off a cliff. I had a pretty interesting reaction. But the thing about it is that I have been in stocks where they have gone a short report against them, and the management team did nothing. A big fat zero. Anthony Noto bought shares. The company released a statement pushing back, also stating that they may pursue legal action. That would be pretty epic. A lot of people are saying, no, don't do legal action. It's a sign of weakness. No, that's actually bullshit. If somebody is committing slander against your company, and they also have a short position against you, and they also state that they're going to basically take profits as soon as this short position gets released, that's called friggin' manipulation. Yeah, I'd be pissed if I was the management team of SoFi. I'd want to sue them. I want to... Muddy Waters is the hedge fund that is shorting SoFi and released a short report. My nickname for them is Poopy Waters because, I mean, like, you have to be a special kind of turd to literally be doing that. You are short a stock, and then you release a short report, and then you also state, hey, when this report gets released, we're going to be covering, which means, hey, we're going to be taking profits, okay? We anticipate the stock to go down, and we're going to be laying up on our position, essentially. Talk about manipulation 101, okay? It's the stock market. If you are new to the stock market and you think that people haven't died from being in the stock market, you're dead wrong. The stock market is a mafia. It really is. And there has been people that have died from being in some bad stuff. How do I know this? Because I do my own research and I look back in history. You can literally, this is stuff you're not going to find like on mainstream media, okay? This is real dirty, scary stuff, like mafia cartel type of stuff. And when you have a short report come out against a company like SoFi and the management team reacts so quickly, it really shows me that, hey, I'm in the right stock. So 2023, I got my bum handed to me because I was in the wrong stocks in the market. The market went higher, but I was in the wrong stock. So if you are a perma bull in the stock market overall, that means one of two things. One is that you are buying the major indexes, which a lot of people do. I actually have a good friend that is all he does. He is buying the SPY, he's buying the Q, and he's also buying the IWM. Is that wrong to do for retirement purposes? No, it's actually really not. If you want to spy, if you want to mirror the market and you want to just buy indexes, nothing wrong with that. Or on the flip side, you want to be a perma bull, then you better be in stocks with phenomenal management team. That's just the argument, okay? So the perma bulls are really saying that the Federal Reserve is playing politics. We're going to be getting a great aggressive rate cuts at the end of the year. Aggressive rate cuts. Why? Because inflation is below where it's going to be on the Fed's fund rate. Even though we're seeing this temporary spike in inflation because of Iran, because of tariffs, perma bulls truly believe that the Trump administration, what Donald Trump is saying, is accurate. This is going to be over in a couple weeks. The Iran war for the U.S. commitment is going to be over in a couple weeks. Maybe Israel is going to continue pounding them away. I don't know. I'm a small fish in a big pond over here. But the perma bulls believe that what Donald Trump has stated is going to be true. Just like how Donald Trump stated about tariffs, hey, this is going to be temporary. The entire market went bananas. The entire market said, oh man, this is going to be forever. Okay? I chose to take the side of the perma bulls. I bought over $100,000 last year during Liberation Day of stock. Hard cash. No margin, no debt, hard cash. I bought the entire way down. That's the stance that I took. I chose to believe the perma bulls. I bought the entire way down and the entire way up. I was buying Palantir on two accounts in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, buying Nvidia below 100, Meta, AMD, which I still have those AMD shares on my private account, AMD below $100, baby. Buying SoFi on this public YouTube channel account that I was that I'm currently doing. A few other stocks as well. And I ended up cashing out on my trades during the summertime. Should have really held into August and September, but I made like 100% profits on buying the Liberation Day dip. Was a phenomenal trade and also investment, because I do have a lot of investment shares as well. I chose the perma bull side. Now, that's Liberation Day. Right now, perma bulls believe that the Fed is going to be aggressively cutting rate cuts by the end of the year. That is the perma bull stance. They believe that inflation is going to be more dead once Iran is going to come to a close before the midterms, and the tariff drama and inflation is going to go away. The labor market is going to deteriorate because of AI, which is going to force the Fed to print more money, which is going to force the Fed to lower interest rates. That is the perma bull stance. Do you believe it? Now, the perma bear stance is the opposite. We're going to be getting one or no rate cuts. We could be looking at rate hikes early as next year. The market is stagflation. Iran is going to be lasting a lot longer than we think, especially far past midterms, which would be political suicide for the Republican Party and Donald Trump's legacy. No rate cuts, one rate cut, political suicide. Oil is going to remain high or go back to $100 per barrel like 2014, 13, 12. The labor market's going to slowly deteriorate, but the Fed is not going to really do anything. And the market is just going to stuck, and we're going to close the year on not double-digit gains, maybe like not even, maybe we even are in the red this year on the market returns. Okay? Do you believe the bears? What do I personally believe? I honestly zoom out to fix all my problems in life, and I actually had some health problems a little over a year ago, which has been rectified. I was actually eating way too much friggin' sugar. Can you believe that? Had some kidney issues, all good now. And I basically pretty much zoomed out of the picture, and I looked at my lifestyle habits at the age of 35. I'm 37 now. Never been better with my health. And I was just eating way too much crap. My doctors really wanted me on a bunch of medication. I said, you want to know what? I'm going to fix this functional medicine-wise. And it worked. It really did. I'm extremely grateful to God. Crazy. Not a lot of people would have done the same or choose to do the same. I'm zooming out of the situation on this one, and I am taking a little bit of both. I am taking a little bit from the bulls, being in the sense that, one, I'm invested in great companies, SoFi, AMD, Adobe, Hood, Palantir, Meta, PayPal questionable, but it's something maybe coming for PayPal, hopefully, right? It's got some friggin' hopium. But regardless, PayPal grew 4% last year over year. Hey, it's a profitable company. It's not going bankrupt anytime soon. I don't personally believe so, based on their earnings. So I am taking a bull stance by continuing to nibble in stocks that I own for discounted shares. I did not buy more SoFi today. I did buy SoFi the other day when it was down in the 16s. It's back down in the 16s. If SoFi continues to be near mid or low 16s, I'm going to buy more. Robinhood, I'm really waiting off on because Bitcoin is going to be dragging that company down. If Robinhood's earnings once again are down in Chinatown, we could be seeing Robinhood at $50. At that point, I very well may go all in on Robinhood, and I might be buying very aggressively. But in my opinion, Robinhood right now at these levels, it's still a buy for me. Adobe, I am loaded of Adobe. Same thing with AMD. If AMD goes back to the 180s, I'll maybe pick up a share or two. Meta, I'm good on. Palantir, I'm good on. And PayPal, I'm good on for this profile here on this channel. But the thing about it is that I'm taking a stance of both sides. Could the Iran war continue? Who knows? It could. I mean, maybe it's very factual that this thing could be a bigger deal than what President Trump is really stating. If it is, we're going to have to deal with it. Could oil remain high because Iran is continuing to retaliate and continuing to not surrender is what the Trump administration wants them to do? It could happen. So what am I doing when it comes to the bear thesis? I'm not going all in right now. And when I say all in, I basically mean like, hey, now is the time to go very aggressive in buying the gigantic dip. My positions are built and I'm picking up bonus shares. I got cash in the sideline. If the market's going to go down, I'm going to nibble on in. So I'm really taking the stance of both sides on this one. And a lot of times when I do this in my own personal life, it tends to work out in my favor. I could be dead wrong here. Maybe I should be leaning more towards the bear thesis and not buying any more stock maybe for the next month or two. Maybe we're going to have a summer crash or maybe the end of the year crash. And then would be the correct time to buy. Maybe I'm wrong and I should be a raging bull right now. Who really knows? Time is going to tell. It's all about what your game plan is. But if you don't know the other side, you're running blind on one side. And a lot of the times where I've done that, I've gotten my bum whooped. So I'm just basically stating some things of like my mistakes that I've really done. But time is really going to tell, like I said. And I would love to hear from you all about some bull and bear thesis. What side are you more so leaning, or are you just really in the middle? But at the end of the day, there are phenomenal buying opportunities of great companies with great management teams. You can't really ignore that. I do want to make another video talking about SoFi, because a lot of people are really, throwing in the towel, because a lot of people were really hoping about the S&P 500 inclusion and SoFi being $45 by June, so Anthony Noto could reach his management team goal. I really want to make a video talking about that once again. I do have a video of a price target of SoFi in the high 40s, low 50s by the end of the year. I do want to talk a little bit about that, because obviously nothing with the management team has changed, but obviously the stock price has been beaten down significantly. So I want to talk really more about that in the upcoming days on this channel. So like I said, if you do subscribe to this YouTube channel, you're going to be getting a wide range of variety here. But right now, I mean, SoFi, like I said in yesterday's video, if you believe in the company, you're looking at a stock that is very much going through a downward cycle. And there were people okay buying SoFi in the high 20s, low 30s, not this guy. I didn't start buying SoFi again until it was actually below 25 bucks. And then I started buying a little more, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, now 16. So, why didn't I buy in the high 20s or low 30s? Because it was trading a little bit too rich, okay? You gotta understand that this stuff matters tremendously. But if you're willing to buy SoFi in the high 20s and low 30s, and you're not willing to buy it now, you gotta be rethinking some strategy here. Tremendous strategy change. Okay, I've rambled on long enough here. Like I said, I'm very much in the middle. I cover the bull and I cover the bear thesis. But for me, oh yes, one last thing. Why did I choose the absolute bull statement last year for Liberation Day? Because Liberation Day last year, I chose to go full on bull mode. I depleted all my cash, depleted my bank account, my checkings, my savings. Why did I do that? Because the market was screaming and the market was in pain. The market could not take any more. And yesterday, very interesting. Hold on one second. The AI investor sentiment, I really do like this. And it is getting scary bearish, which is bullish, baby. Last year, Liberation Day, 61% peak. Yeah. And then the market flopped. We're not there yet. We need more fear. We need more bearishness. And once we get that more bearishness, we're going to have a flip, baby. And if we do see a gigantic, then I'm probably going to lean very, very bull. Which is one of the reasons why my YouTube channel is Nightmare RH Bull 17. I'm an American patriot, love my country, love the stock market. And yeah, I mean, I am an American bull, but I'm also a realist and I'm not an idealist. I look at all sides of the data here. So, take this with a grain of salt always. I'll see you all tomorrow for a brand new video. Be safe, everyone, and later.